Why, hello there, and welcome to day 19 of 30 Inks in 30 Days. Today's ink is Mariner 4, and I have it in my Gravitas Skittles pen. This is such a neat pen. It has a medium nib. Mariner 4 was launched November 28th, 1964, and is one of the great successes of the early American space race. It made its closest approach to Mars on July 15th, 1965, and it took the first photos of another planet from space. Mariner 4 was only scheduled for an 8-month mission, but it lasted about 3 years in solar orbit. And during that time, it continued long-term studies of the solar wind and made coordinated measurements with Mariner 5. It was the fourth in a series of spacecraft used for planetary exploration in a flyby mode, and was the first spacecraft to fly by Mars. It was designed to conduct close-up scientific observations of Mars and to transmit these observations home. Other mission objectives included performing field and particle measurements in interplanetary space in the vicinity of Mars, and to provide experience and knowledge of the engineering capabilities for interplanetary flights of long duration. Mariner 4 was the first spacecraft to fly by Mars and the first to return close-up images of the red planet. Its blurry views of craters and bare ground led some scientists to think Mars is similar to the Moon. It squashed some views that Mars was a haven for life. Nevertheless, NASA continued to send spacecraft to Mars because Mariner 4 only took pictures of part of the surface. Later missions showed that Mars is actually quite different from the Moon, and with an active weather system and a much wetter past. And that is from a space.com article by Elizabeth Howell. This is a nicely shading blurple, and I think it pairs really, really well with this pen. It's not my favorite ink, but writing with it is actually really nice. It reminds me quite a bit of Quasar, although Quasar is definitely darker and has sheen, where this one does not. I'm not even, maybe the tiniest bit of sheen starting right here in the particularly wet spots, but no, I would not say it's a sheening ink. A very nicely shading ink. There's lots of nice shading in the writing, but there it is. Again, a very, very nice blurple. Shows up the shading nicely on the terrible paper swatch card. And then the chromatography is very pretty. Goes up to this pink and then lavender and then the darker blue purple at the top. Very pretty. And these splats, they turned out very nice. Yeah, I'm really not seeing a sheen here around the edges. It just kind of has more of a, not black, but a darker line, but no sheening. Nice shading though.